sit back in your seats, get something to eat, and watch this movie. Don't let the kiddies see it, because, well, we'll let you hear the beginning first. Thank you.
Welcome to Crown Club Reviewers, the only show powered entirely by Regal Unlimited passes, caffeine, and the questionable life choices that come from watching way too many movies. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Joey.
We're not professional critics, but we are professional nerds.
Each week we take you through the latest releases, breaking down everything entertainment throws our way. Insightful?
Sometimes.
Fun?
Always.
Honest?
Well, of course. Let's jump into today's feature. Hey, what's going on, guys? We just got back from seeing Avatar, Fire and Ash.
James Cameron's Sky Riders. Skylanders. Movie.
So we just got back from watching Avatar, Fire and Ash, the third in the series of the Avatar films, directed by James Cameron, written by James Cameron, Rick Jaffa, and Amanda Silver, along with big stars like Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, and many more.
Stephen.
Is it Stephen? Looks like Stephen.
Yeah. It's a PH Stephen instead of a V Stephen.
So Stephen Lang. My bad.
Yeah.
Let me know if you get that a lot, Stephen.
Yeah, get in the comments, Stephen Lang.
But yeah, we just went and watched the third film, and we've got some thoughts for sure. Well, obviously the first thing we always do here is just sort of first thoughts. Joey, first thoughts.
I think this was the most fun I've had with an Avatar movie so far.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, I mean, I would agree that I had a lot of fun with this movie. I wouldn't agree that it's the first time I had fun with an Avatar movie, but it certainly was a lot of fun. And I had told you when we walked out of the film into the bathrooms, and we did not adhere to the skipping urinal rule.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I don't know why you did that.
You did. I walked in and you got right.
You left me the little kid one or the one next to you on either side.
Hey man, you got to pick. But anyway, I was like, "Hey man," and you were like, "What?" And I was like, "I think out of all the three movies, this one's my favorite. I think it's number one on the list." And my other thing saying going into this was, or my first thought is, The Way of Water. It was a beautiful movie. It was beautiful, but it didn't have nearly as much hype as the first one. Like when I watched the first one, I felt a little more like involved. The second one didn't feel like that until the very, very end of the film when you get the fight, right? And I was like, I don't know if we needed this movie. But as you go into the third one, it's like, whoa, okay, I see why we needed the movie before this. But two, it has nothing on this film. The third one is wow. So I was very happy with the third film. I was very, very, very cool.
Very, very cool.
It's at the top of
the cool waters of Pandora.
The top of the Avatar films right now for me. But another big thing we got from the film is new biomes. We did end up getting new biomes. It's just they didn't get to survive very long.
Well, they didn't really show them off either. Like we got the Ash Tribes area, and it was just like, here's a picture of a volcano, and then, God, what's her name? Varang is like, yeah, our people got burned, our forest got burned. Now we live in ash. That was the exploration of that bio.
We can get deeper into that in the spoiler section, but
James Cameron, noted volcano hater, only loves oceans.
Water only for this guy. But we also got to see the air people, The merchants?
The sky people.
No.
Jake
sky
Sully.
people are human. The sky
Well,
people
what,
are
what
the
are you
humans.
saying? What air people?
The merchants.
You just. Oh, Hondo.
The other clan. Hondo. The other one, we got to meet a new clan, so that was cool. More than one clan. We got to meet 2 new clans, you know?
I'm pretty sure they got wiped out.
I don't think they got wiped out. Spoiler,
Like,
jeez.
I don't know. I don't know if that's really a spoiler. We saw that in Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a prequel to this.
It's funny you just said that, because on the drive home, I was telling Kay, I'm like, man, you know, I'm liking Avatar, I'm liking James Cameron's world and stuff, but like, does anyone else feel like this is an adult version of The Last Airbender? Which is crazy to say, because like even The Last Airbender had some like adults, you know, potential stuff, but like, you know, by adult I mean they've got, you know, wars and killing at all times, and like, you know, whale hunting, and you know, it's crazy, right? But like, he set up a water nation, an air nation, an earth nation, a fire nation. Like, he set these things up for a huge world. And like, they all keep coming to each other, and it's like, oh, everything was okay until the Fire Nation attacked.
And that's what happened. Fire Nation attacked.
Oh man.
They're not friends with Jake Sully, spoiler.
That sort of brings us into the next sort of thing to talk about here in the non-spoiler, and that's like the morally like gray area of the film for this one. You know, like throughout the first 2 films, it's Na'vi is good, humans are bad. That's just sort of what it is. Now, that's not to say the same theme doesn't go on in this, you know, movie as well, where the humans are bad and the Na'vi are good, but it's like there's a lot of
now there's so
outliers.
there's so many human genes in that Na'vi gene pool now.
Like, there's just, it's a lot, there's so much, there's a lot of outliers for this one, so it's very interesting. We get a lot of different like people's motivations begin to turn. We get people who maybe team up with people who you think wouldn't, and like all kinds of different
Allies
stuff
of necessity.
Yeah, it's very interesting for this film. It's very, very different. It's definitely a change of pace from the second one. I mean, we're gonna bring up the Way of Water a couple of times, because
all I have to say is, are humans bad or are corpos bad? That's what this movie's really asking.
Well, and if we just say our corpo's bad, then who are the corpos? That's humans, and then it's like, okay, well, is it only certain humans?
No,
is
you
it all
know,
the
Jake
humans?
Sully
Was
still
a
human on the inside.
He is human on the inside. You are right. And that's a great thing for other characters in this story to touch upon.
The spider is just a human.
He is. Spider is just a human. Again, more we'll talk about in the spoiler section.
I mean, that's not a spoiler if they watch the second movie, like we did, to prep for this movie.
That Spider is a human.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we know that Spider is a human.
Yeah.
So okay, let's before we go into spoilers here, what about pacing? I know me and you had talked about The Way of Water a couple times and its weird pacing. How'd we feel about this one?
These meander so much. Like they introduce a plot and then they're like, yeah, we'll get back to that. And there's 3 hours to go, guys. Don't worry about it. We'll get back to it.
We'll get there. The dragons are coming.
It just, they meander so much. And I think that might be my biggest problem with this series as a whole, is just like,
oh, you felt the same thing happened in this film.
Yeah. Where it's even with the amped up, like, you know, there's conflict the whole way through. There's still just like everybody's going their own direction, and there's like 4 different plots going at once. And
see,
they're big meandering plots, and I feel like this one's still, even though they turn up the action for each of those like 8 plots that are going on, it's still like, okay, we just had to go away for 40 minutes from the kids on the whales doing kick flips. But now we're back, finally. What's going on with them?
That's funny. Okay, because I actually didn't hate that. I actually love the, like, because we're here for 3 freaking hours, man. I don't want to see Sully try and solve a problem for 3 hours. Like, I'd rather see what other people are doing. So I'm
saying is I don't feel like it necessarily has to be 3 hours. Like, we could do some trimming.
I feel it needs to be 3 hours. I like all of the little bit we're doing here. However, to say I like the 3 hours for this film, yes. The Way of Water did not need to be 3 hours. It didn't need to be that long. That one I can agree with you wholeheartedly. There's definitely parts of that movie that were like, if I didn't see it, it wouldn't have made a difference. But however, in this movie, I don't feel there was anything that if I hadn't seen it would have made a difference. Like, I felt like everything I saw had a purpose for this film. But 2, no. There was definitely some stuff that I was like, yeah, nah. But yeah, anything else you want to talk about non-spoiler before we go into spoilers?
Get ready to be easily distracted if you have ADHD. There's lots of color shifting, light shifting, format shifting.
Yeah, the format shifting. Yeah, that's something we'll talk about here in a minute. But or no, that's not spoiler. We can talk about it really quick.
Yeah.
So right before we go into spoilers, yeah. So I was telling Joey as we walked out of the film. So watching the movie, all like seeing it on the big screen, this is a bad thing for us to say because we're about going to the movies and seeing a movie, and you should still go to the movies and see this movie.
These are definitely big screen movies, like they're spectacle.
Yes, and you might want to watch this in IMAX because we watched it in standard.
Or at least 3D.
At least 3D. But we watched it in standard, and in watching it in standard, sure, the movie's still wonderful and it's a great spectacle. But 60% of the movie looked like it was shot in Unreal Engine. Like it was made for a video game cutscene. Which kind of stinks because it sort of took me out a couple of times and I'm like, wait a minute, am I playing a video game? And then it's like, oh wait, okay, this shifted a little bit. It looks more like a movie
they have to shift like the depth of field and the color and the lighting for the 3D to pop. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple of scenes where it's just really jarring. And there's also, you can see it go from widescreen to IMAX a couple of times, and it just like it catches you off guard. And
I mean, seeing it on the big screen is great, but I think if we watch this movie again after it comes to streaming and we watch it on the TV, I feel like it'll look better, which is crazy to say. But I think it's because we watched it in standard. We should have tried to watch it in like IMAX or 3D or whatever. But all right. Well, guys, if you hear that sound, that means we're about to go deep into the Na'vi forest of spoilers. Oh, and connect to the Great Mother.
Stick our braid in it, baby.
Oh, gosh.
Stick your braid in it.
All right, so let's stick your braid. Let's start with the new clan, the Ash people. We sort of started to talk about it in the spoiler-free zone, but like you were saying, we didn't really get to see their biome. Really, all we got is guys.
I'll tell you, we got this is as much as we get in the movie, and this is as much time as they spend on it. 3 hours and 15 minutes. A volcano blew up. It burned down their forest, and then they were like, "We're upset." And then a lady comes along, and she's like, "Hey, I know you're upset. Be upset with me, and we're gonna go to war."
Whoa, that's a super simple retelling. The volcano explodes, destroys their forest biome, and then when they reach out and try and ask the Great Mother for help and she doesn't help, the daughter of whoever the person was grows up and is like, the Great Mother didn't help us, so screw the Great Mother. I'll be my own god, and you guys will follow me. You know, I will be the fire god. I'll go and get the power of the fire, and I will be fire god. Follow me. So she's mad because the Great Mother didn't help her and answer their prayers. So they're like, screw the Great Mother. So who do we feel like changes the most in this movie? There's a lot of characters who go through a lot of different things. We've got Spider, who literally goes through a transformation of being human to being Navi. We've got Miles,
not
Cortez.
really Navi. He becomes a mushroom man.
I believe he's a
like
Navi.
A
he has become a Navi.
He's a Goomba.
That stuff entered his system from the Great Mother, and because Curie helped him, and he is now Navi. I mean, he's growing the braid thing. He can breathe the air. I mean, they all accepted him. They said, "I see you." Like
the whales have type C's. The whales have type C's too. They're not Navi. They're their own thing. It's all living things on this planet have to have their type C to connect to the planet. So the fungus, spoiler guys, he's full of fungus.
We're in the spoiler section.
He's full of fungus, and now he can plug into the planet. Hunter says he's a Navi because they braided his USB cord.
He's a Navi, man. He's a Navi. What else would it be, man? She asked the Great Mother for help. The Great Mother helped, and now he's a true Navi. He can be amongst the people.
He can be amongst the people because he can connect to the planet. That doesn't mean he's Navi.
He is Navi in their eyes. He can now connect.
There, now you've said the right thing.
He can connect with the spiritual ancestors through the braid he got. That is now why he's Navi. He can now connect with the spiritual ancestors. What do you mean said the right thing?
He's not Navi. He's accepted by the Navi.
Which makes him Navi. I mean, he's always been Navi, first off, okay? Spider's been there from the beginning. He's always been a true Navi. I think his
dad might argue with you about that. You know who would argue about that? Racist Zoe Saldana would argue about that.
Which is also another huge character change. She goes through a huge character change, you know? Throughout the entire second film, all she wants to do is kill Spider and says, I hate Spider. I hate his people. I'm sick of them. And even during this film, I hate them. I hate the humans. I sometimes hate our children because of who they are.
She hates them all the time.
But then the moment that they save Sully and they're heading back and Sully says he wants to make that decision to kill Spider, she goes through that. It clicks in her mind. Like, I'm wrong. Spider is my son. He's a part of our family. Spider truly is, a Navi. He's one of us. And I think, she sort of goes through that change of accepting her family and the people around her.
And
Jake's got some big changes.
He finally decides to stop being deadbeat dad and become Thorak Mall again. Thorak Took.
Closer.
Turok the dinosaur hunter. Get back on his dragon.
You got the T. I guess you're right there. But yeah.
All right, you tell me what's the right thing, Hunter?
I didn't say I knew. I just knew what you said is wrong. I think it's Turok 2. I think it's something like that. Turok 2. Yeah, something like that. But you're right. Yeah, he finally decides, because you go from the first film where he's all about helping the Navi people. It has the big conflict, has the big fight. And then the second one, we see him slow down. Like, I couldn't possibly fight anymore. I have a family. And I have to protect them.
Turok Makto. I'm trying. My Navi sounds babyish like Stephen Lang's, guys.
But yeah, and then he's like, we gotta run, we gotta hide. And then the third one, he's finally like, we can't run anymore. We have to fight. Which is why he should have just kept being from the first one. And another reason why I don't love the second film. But yeah, he's like, I gotta become Turok Makto again. So he does that. He's like, we gotta bring the blood, gotta bring the pain.
You gotta bring the bloods.
That's what it said. If they ride, then there will be blood. That's the whole thing. But yeah, he goes through a change of realizing that and getting back up on the metaphorical horse, one might say. And we got all the whales going through character development. Yes, yeah, the whales. Talk about the whales,
bro. The hardest line in this whale movie is, "I have become the blind witness to my people's death."
Yeah. Whoa.
That one's so hard.
Oh my gosh! I'll tell you what, and this is what I wanted to get to, and why I feel like so I don't like the second movie. It's not great. It's a fine film to watch, but without the second film, we would not have gotten the appreciation we do for the Tonto or the Taunton or
Yeah,
the whales, right?
The whales.
We would not
Dolphin and
have
whale.
gotten the appreciation that we do, that in the third one, when it pays off so good, especially like you said with that one whale, is like, oh man, goes
The
hard.
Talcoon.
It goes hard. So it's like, that's the only reason you need the second film. But wow, like, dude, oh my gosh, I bawled. Like, I was like, no way. Like, I was so hurt by it, just seeing it. Speaking about being hurt in another, one more thing with the whales is that they finally decide they're going to fight back, you know?
Yeah.
They're able to convince
the whales
them.
go to war in this one, guys.
Whales go to war. But another huge character change we get, or another, let's call it character progression, because I feel like he's sort of starting to get into who he's going to be, and that's Loak.
Yeah. We go from Loak with the gun to his chin. Crazy tonal shift. Like,
yeah. And then
insane.
And then, yeah, I mean, it was so tough, right? Like, I mean, everything that happened up to that point too, like everything, like even the narration, he's like, I feel I'm the reason my brother died. I feel I'm the reason, blah, blah, blah. And then
Jake's like, you know what? Your brother's dead because of you.
Yeah,
his mom's like, you know what? You're human. I don't want to see you with your stupid five fingers.
He didn't hear her say that. But
he
the thing
he felt it in his ancestral heart.
But the thing that pushed him is that Sully said it out loud to him. You're the reason your brother died. And that's when Loak out loud accepts, you can't say that. It's not my fault. But then immediately, not assures, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but says to Loak in his head now that he has confirmation that, you're right, I was. And he goes out to the island, and wow, it was tough. Like, we just see him walking with the gun, and I'm like, yeah, I guess he's just sad. He's just depressed, you know?
He's gonna go get his whale back.
Yeah. And then he goes to his knees, puts his to his chin, and I was like, no freaking way we lose another Sully right now. And then, but then he doesn't, and that's big, you know? And his sister and what's-her-face shows up, and yeah, then it's a shift. It's a huge change for him. And I
he's the one that gets the whales to join the war.
Yeah! Makul couldn't do it, but Loak could. So yeah, another character with just some big changes, some big like emotional depth and like change of who he is.
Then we got Quaritch too, like he's going through his long multi-movie arc here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got theories.
But my God, were his jokes hitting for me the entire movie.
Oh yeah.
Stephen Lang was a comical genius in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Just dropping his perfect one-liners at perfect timing.
And it's so good. And it's so perfect in this like super dramatized thing too, right?
Yeah, like it's not really him breaking character. It's just him being like the character Miles. He's been throughout. Yeah.
Well, this is awkward. Like what? Yeah, what a great, but you're right. He's going through this multi-movie character change, and we have a theory that it's all going to end with Sully and Miles teaming up to fight some great evil or whatever. Which what could that be at this point? Like if every movie we're getting
the humans have certainly proven they're not the threat.
Yeah.
After 3 movies.
Oh yeah, they are not. Like unless they come back.
I mean, they're like cockroaches, right? Like they just infest and keep coming back.
Just keep coming
back. Like as far as a military force, at this point, it's laughable.
Yeah. Yeah, they really got to switch it up, or they're just going to end up continuing to be, or they're just going to, like you said, they're going to make cockroaches. The only way they're going to, if they're going to win, is because they can just keep coming back. You know, like But no, yeah, the Miles stuff is really interesting. You know, like we started to see it in the second one when he's like, wait, I have a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and gets that change, and now in this film we sort of see that again, and then we end with him just falling off the cliff. We didn't see him die. So
He jumps into the fire, so
he's definitely not dead. But it's very interesting to see, you know, and he starts to go native. He turns away from the military and really joins in with the Ash people, you know? He even shows up to a briefing like, you didn't call us? And he's like
he's
in
got,
full
the
Ash
full
people.
makeup and everything.
And his lieutenant's still in regular gear, and she's like, do you not see how you're dressed right now? You know what I mean? Like crazy. So that's another interesting.
He's getting that good, that fire good.
I can't wait. Barang.
That fire braid.
I can't wait until he actually hooks up to one of the trees and to see what he sees. Like that, I think will be a really big like moment.
For all the Sigourney Weaver fans too, there's a nice little nod to Ripley in this movie from Aliens.
Yeah,
we get a little get away from her, you bitch moment.
Yeah, dude, and Carrie's getting more powerful. Like what? Yeah. And then we got to see the Great Mother for a second. Like when they passed through into the and it was like a face. I was like, what the hell? And then immediately gone from a rocket. Like what? So that was wild. So there was a lot of emotional weight in it, like a lot of emotional weight in this movie. What moment do you think stuck with you the most in this film?
Probably Spider's got a lot of good moments in this, honestly, where he's sort of like, he's just excited, you know? He figures out that he can breathe without a mask, and it's like, he's just super happy about it.
Oh, yeah, I don't need that anymore.
But probably my favorite is like the marine biologist guy who keeps getting like, he's trying to fight for the whales. And
then he does.
They keep shitting on him. And finally he's just like, okay, I'm going to steal the killdozer and set Jake Sully free.
Yeah, I hope that's like, noted.
Yeah.
When Kiri braids up to Varang and, you know, instead, get away from my mom, bitch, you know, like big. So yeah, I think those two really do it. We need to get a Turk moment or Took moment. All we got was her swimming under and helping, but like
very, very funny that like she just keeps getting left.
Oh, left.
Like, kidnapped. Oh, stay here.
Like
waiting for her to snap and just like
I don't want to stay here.
You always leave me here. I always get kidnapped.
I always get kidnapped. Yeah, every time. All right, Joey. That means we need to get into our final ratings and thoughts. So, Joey, what rating are you going to give Avatar: Fire and Ash?
This was my favorite Avatar so far, I think.
Agreed.
And it still has some flaws, and it still has some stuff that doesn't quite sit right with me. But I'm going to give this one 3.5 killdozers out of 5.
3.5? Wow. That's lower than I thought you'd give it. Man. Killdozers, huh? That's a big thing you'll have to draw. That's good.
Hopefully I have a Wacom stylus by then.
Oh, we got to figure that out, man. 3.5. It feels low.
Yeah, imagine how I rate the other two.
That's why. Yeah, just to get it out of here, I would rate The Way of Water as a 3.
The first Avatar for me is a 3, and Way of Water is probably a 2.5.
Dang. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give Avatar: Fire and Ash 4 whale ship captains being eaten by a Tonu going deep into the water. So I just want him flopping out of a mouth. Like, that's just like... 4
I like
of the
his
whale ship
baby-
captain.
Little baby prosthetic arm that he had.
Yes, and he was always pointing it and stuff. But yeah, I give it a 4. I give it a 4 out of 5, man. I really enjoyed it, and it was in. I think the reason why I'm giving it a 4 is a sort of premature rating too, because of what I said about how when we were watching it on the big screen, that there was a bunch of that like jarring like video game cutscene to regular movie scenes. But I'm giving it a 4 because I feel that when I watch it on, if I were to watch it IMAX or 3D, it would have been a lot different. Or when I watch it on my TV, it'll be a lot different. But if it's not, then it goes to a 3.5, like you gave it. But I'd like to give it a 4. I enjoyed the film a lot. I think it was great. I got me so much more hyped about Avatar. Like, I feel so much more like connected with the story and like excited for the next one. Whereas when I watched 2, I was like, I'm not really excited for this. And then I was. So 3 changed my mind about all of it. So I hope that does the same for other people.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, this has been
Clown Crew.
This has been Crown Club Reviewers with Joey and I, and let us know what new movies you think we should see, and what you thought about Avatar: Fire and Ash. Give us your ratings. Give us your comments.
Yeah, drop your comments.
Yeah, give us all of whatever you want for these.
Drop
movies.
them in Navi.
Do you
and
think,
make us translate them?
Do you think the Avatar 3 was the strongest story entry yet, or is it still riding on spectacle? Let us know.
Tell us how you
ranks for
feel
you.
about the Sullys. Did you finally learn all their names by the end of this one?
That's so funny. Well, guys.
Because I know at the end of The Way of Water, I knew like 2 of them.
We will see you on the next review.
Goodbye.